Hello and welcome to Zero Cool Gaming and this week's anime review. Today I am going to be reviewing an anime known as the Legend of Galactic Heroes. It is a 30-year-old anime, but it is also a drama. Some might call it an action drama. There is action in the show, but the real show is more about the interactions between the people within it. We're going to read a couple of reviews and then I'll give you my opinions. First review, I started watching this 30-year-old anime series after seeing the first season of the new one, or the reboot based off of the original. I liked the story so much, didn't have the patience to wait for the new series to come out all the way, and decided to go ahead and binge watch the older anime. This is one of the most unique anime series I have watched. It didn't depend on action sequences, heroic fighting, intrigue, or showy effects to tell its story. It is a style for which anime series have relied on, and it has believable strategies within it, actual storytelling within it. It generally felt like a good adaptation from a sci-fi novel, as it is. The sci-fi anime is focused on space warfare between two intergalactic powers. The story is told by showcasing the lives of two geniuses who clash against each other over the years, their lives, and yet they have parallels between each other in their achievements. This is as much a biography of these two as a military sci-fi action adventure. Love the social commentary of the conflicting questions asked all throughout the series. The animation and music are mediocre, and of course, it's 30 years old. But it is, yes, a very good anime series. Let's move on to the next review. It took literally half of my life, but I can finally, truthfully say, Legend of the Galactic Heroes is now available to watch legally in English. The anime adaptation of, I'm not even going to try that one, A Gentleman's Name, is a hard sci-fi action adventure. The novels, which were made in the 1980s, currently being released in English as part of Viz Media's imprint. Will always be of extremely narrow interest among anime fans. The number of characters, nearly all male, and locations is so colossal that they're captioned when they appear so you can keep track of who's who. Because nearly everybody's in the military uniform, most others there's weighty topics in this. That's a odd way of putting that. We'll call them problematic topics. Yes, it seems that the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, people didn't care what topic was being covered, as long as it made for a good story. Today, that's not going to happen. The music is all classical, and the narrator's emotional detachment from the story is literally reading from galactic history. The battle sequences are grand in scale, though they may be similar and dry when compared to each other. This guy really didn't like this. The rest of it's pretty scathing, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. So far, this column has tried to maintain a balance between older and acclaimed anime, new and exciting possibilities, and, of course, hidden gems from the past. But now it's time to revisit one of the biggest and best anime franchises out there. No, I'm not talking about Gundam, since most of it is not legally available, but an anime that is often hailed as the endgame of anime. I'm referring to, of course, the Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Okay, though the show mostly follows one high-ranking military commander on each side, it is an epic space opera that follows hundreds of characters across the galaxy in a vast and complex story that was for the longest time considered a bit of a holy grail of anime, due to it not being released in the US. Thankfully, that time has passed. You can now stream all 110 episodes of the original anime that ran from 1988 to 1997, plus several movies and prequel series. But if the older animation isn't for you, the first quarter of the story was remade starting last year with stunning animation. I've never watched the newer one. I probably won't ever watch it because I enjoyed the older one so much. Today's remakes, yeah, I just don't want any part of it. I'm sorry. Okay, and the rest of this is more scathing reviews. Wow. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you my viewpoint of this grand scale galactic story because it is a story on a grand scale. You probably noticed at this point that all the anime that I remember just off the top of my head and have great memories of are dramas. I actually listed them out the other day just to see which anime I could remember right off the top of my head and enjoyed and remembered why I enjoyed them. And yeah, every one of them are dramas. And I've literally watched thousands of anime. I've played thousands of video games, I've read thousands of comic books, and I've watched thousands of movies and probably watched thousands of TV series. But when I list them out, the ones that stick out in my mind are the dramas. And I think the reason for that is because those shows forced me to ask myself critical questions, forced me to think about them, and really look at things from a new perspective. Whether I agreed with that perspective didn't matter. It's just the fact that it challenged me to do so. And I enjoy that. And this is a story that definitely does that. It challenges you to look at things from different perspectives. It never within it tells you that you have to do that or that you have to agree with one side or the other, but it does challenge you to attempt it if you feel like it. And it is sometimes very hard to put yourself in your enemy's shoes and see things from their point of view. Just like it's hard for your enemy to do the same for you. That's kind of what this story is about. It's about putting yourself in somebody else's shoes and trying to see things from their perspective. It is a life skill. It's something everybody should learn, but it's also something that many people don't even understand where to start or begin or how to do such a thing. This anime can teach you that. Like I said, I like the old way better than the new way. Propaganda and lies just aren't my thing. Sorry, I could deal without all that. I prefer stories that either entertain you or teach you something. And that's what entertainment used to do. Today, it doesn't, which is probably why it's failing across the board. And that's a good thing. People shouldn't support the stuff that they're doing today. And unfortunately, we did support it in the past. And let me explain what I mean by that. And I'm guilty of it as well. Absolutely. See, in the past, I didn't mind if a studio produced one or two shows a year or, out of their repertoire of things that they did that were nothing but lies and propaganda. It didn't bother me. As long as everything else that they produced was entertainment, I could buy into that. The propaganda and the lies and the stuff like that, the agenda pushing, whatever, I would just ignore and stick with the things that I enjoyed. Because of that, and the same thing that many other people did, we essentially gave them the funding, the base that they needed to do what they're doing today, which is flipping the script. Now you get one or two shows that are entertainment, and the rest of them are agenda-pushing propaganda. I guess that's what we get for supporting the entertainment industry? Whether we wanted it or not, that's what happened. So today, I will not support it, period. Until things either return to the way they were or these companies just fell completely, I will not be supporting any of it. I will not be buying any type of new entertainment. I won't be buying their movies. I won't be buying their animes. I won't be buying their comic books. I won't be buying any of it. I'm not going to football games. I'm not going to MMA fights. I'm not going to be purchasing it on cable to, watch the newest boxing round, or you know what I'm saying. I'm done with it. I'm done with all of it. I have 30 years of entertainment that I truly enjoyed, and I will try to share as much of that with you over the next 30 years as I can, because I don't see what's happening today going away anytime soon. So there will be plenty of things for me to. I have a almost unlimited repertoire of things to talk about. And we will. I will continue to give you guys my reviews of the things that I enjoyed and what I have watched throughout my life. And hopefully you'll take that information and go watch something that you find entertainment as well. You don't have to buy the latest and greatest. Truly. I never did. And you don't have to listen to what they're producing today. You don't have to watch what they're producing today. There is entertainment out there. Actual entertainment. It's just not the new stuff, unfortunately. Okay, so what's my view of this show? Well, my view of this show is that it's a really well-written drama. Like I said, it teaches you a life skill, and that life skill is literally learning how to put yourself in the shoes of another person. It's not easy to do such a thing. It requires a lot of thought on your part and a lot of effort, because you have to, in some cases, literally think against your own morals and values to understand others. I'm not saying that you should agree with it or that you have to in any way. Absolutely not. But you should have the skill of being able to do that, so that you at least understand where they're coming from. And for nothing else than just to protect yourself from them. Because you'll know what they're going to do. To a point. I think you guys can kind of figure out what I mean by that. And yeah, so my opinion of The Legend of Galactic Heroes, great story. The old one was awesome. It is 110 episodes. Extremely long. And about every 5 to 6 episodes, they'll throw an action episode in to kind of keep things going, keep you pumped up. But other than that, it's a drama, an absolute drama. It's one sequence of events after another, and how people deal with it. And I find that entertainment, or entertaining, I should say. Well, that's my review for the day, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of yours.